All right, we are recording. What's up, everybody? This is the Misguided Podcast. We intend to guide you to a better future. My name is Juwan. I'm sitting here with Tiger Toledo, the hip hop coach. Man, what's up?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
What's up, man? What's up? How's everything, man? It's Sunday morning. Well, it's afternoon for you. Where are you located?
I'm in Chicago, man. Chicago. It's, if I could show you right now, there's icicles like 4 feet long. Right, I was
just about to say, yeah, that's funny, man.
It's sick. We just got hit with a blizzard on Monday, so.
Okay. Yeah, it's been kind of back and forth, you know, Cali. And 1 minute it rains, 1 minute it's sunny. So last night it's been raining and stuff, but now it's sunny. So bipolar weather.
Before I get started, Juwan, I wanted to give you a big shout out and a salute for what you're doing with the Misguided Podcast, brother. I've seen what you're doing. You gave me a little glimpse of the future of everything, man. And
yeah,
if you guys been hesitating on following this guy, you guys need to subscribe, do whatever you got to do to follow this man. He has a vision, and I believe in that vision, and I'm going to rock with the kid. You know what I mean? So
appreciate you.
Salute
man.
To you, brother.
Hey, thank you. All right, same here, man. Like shit, I was super juiced when you responded quickly to my ask for you to be on the podcast. So, you know, I appreciate that, and I love everything you're doing, and we're gonna dive into everything you're doing.
Yeah,
so
let's get it.
Let's get it, man.
Let me get my money gun for you. I gotta get my money gun for you.
You got a money gun? We going to the strip club?
Get the money gun.
We going to the strip club.
Get the money gun for the kid. Let's shower the money on Misguided over here.
Damn, man, that's hilarious. That's a good one too. That came out, man. I was like dodging them. You feel me? Shit, man. Let's go ahead and get into who you are, and what it is that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So my government name is Toledo, but you know, like everybody calls me Tiger Toledo. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I live now in Chicago. I am a hardcore, just like sales marketing guy. Like, I love sales. Sales saved my life, right? Because when my mom died when I was 17 years old, I was in, let's just say, with some unsavory characters, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, they were doing some things, and you either get down or lay down. So I was getting down for a little while with them, and that was not the future I wanted to live. So I decided to pack up my stuff and come to live to Chicago with my uncle. Now, Chicago, if you know about Chicago, I mean, like, it's gang infested out here.
Yeah.
Right? So it was like, hey, look, I'm going to create this new life for myself. Unfortunately, my uncle died 1 year after I moved here. So now I'm in a completely different state. No friends, no family. Shit was rough, right?
Yeah.
I was a receptionist at Ballet Total Fitness, wound up getting into sales, and sales literally saved my life. That's why I'm so passionate about it. That's why, you know, I call myself the hip hop sales coach, because I want to teach people how not to be dependent on other people. Once you have this skill of sales, you can jump into any business and make money. Any business.
Facts. Yeah, no, I'm a sales guy too, so I love it.
Good.
Yeah. I love it and I hate it. It's a love-hate relationship. I'm gonna tell you why I hate it sometimes. It's not the rejection. It's the way that it's looked at by other people. So, you know, when people hear sales, they're like, door to door, Jehovah's Witness, you know, shit like that. Like, no, to me, sales is different, but to everyone else, that's kind of why I hate it, is because the way they look at us as salesmen.
Yes. It has a negative connotation to it, right?
Yeah, I'm a salesperson, and I fucking hate going to the dealership. Mm-hmm. Why? Because those motherfuckers are hungry, and I know exactly how they're gonna approach me, and you know, I shoo them away, right? Like, but I hate that, because as a salesperson, I don't want to be shooed away. You feel me? So it's like I'm in a hard position. I'm like, yeah, I want to hear you out, but I know what I want, and I don't want a car right now. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're aggressive, and you know. But there's so much to learn from those guys, even the timeshare people, right?
Yeah.
The timeshare people will eat their own young.
Yeah.
But they are so passionate and so aggressive and have such really good strategies, man.
Really good, man.
That you can't deny. And it's like, I hate going to the dealership too. I'm like, damn, I got to put on my sales hat and I got to go back and forth with this dude. And because when you're a salesperson and then you're meeting up with another hardcore salesperson, it's not even sales anymore. It's negotiations. We're beyond the sales process, right?
Yeah.
We're negotiating now. Like, tug of war.
Yeah, I hate. So for my car rental business and stuff, when I was like buying cars and stuff, I just hated dealing with them. Like, I'm like, yo, I know this business. Like, you don't have to try and like, I said, I would walk into a dealership and be like, yo, just be straight up with me. This is the car I've been looking at. I don't want to see any other car. This is what I've been looking at. I see the mileage. What can we do? Like, don't give me no bullshit. I own a car rental business. I bought cars. I know this. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, I know you need your commission. I'll work with you. But I want to know about this car, not the other one. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you know, it's sad, to be honest with you. It's sad because a lot of people run away from the sales, which is it is a major artery of any business, right?
Yeah, you need.
And it's like you're running away from the very thing that is gonna give you life in your business. So I don't care if like. Change the name, all I give a shit, right? Call it persuasion. Call it, I'm a program director. At the end of the day, you're still in sales. And you need sales to sustain your business and grow it.
Facts. Let's talk about, though, when you were working at, what was it? What fitness?
Bally Total Fitness. Rest in peace, Bally Total Fitness.
So when you were working there, you know, were you ever in sales before?
No, so I started off as a receptionist. Because I didn't have no sales experience. So they started me off as a receptionist.
Okay.
But, you know, I was under the gun because I needed a place to stay. I was getting kicked out from my uncle's landlord. They's like, hey, he passed away. You're not on the lease. You better figure this shit out. And I'm like, you know, I went around and I begged everybody, dude, the janitor, the window washer. Can I please can you loan me some money? 21.
Damn.
21.
That's tough.
Yeah. Especially in a state that you have nobody.
No, all you have is the gangs, and that's not what you were trying to do.
I humbled myself and I asked people, please. I was like, I guarantee you'll see your money back, because my ultimate goal was to get into sales. I don't know what it was about the salespeople in the health club, but they were so confident. They just had, you know what I mean? Like they had no care in the world. I looked at everybody because I was in observation mode, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at everybody. I was like, okay, he looks stressed out. He don't like his job. The salespeople, they had all the good-looking girls. You know, they were getting
good-looking cars.
They had the best cars, went to the best parties, and they were making money. I was like, I want that. I need that confidence in my life at that moment. I started giving tours to, what do you call those people? Prospective clients. And by the time they were coming downstairs, they were ready to sign up and get a membership. So that's how I actually got the name Tiger. They was like, man, go get him, Tiger. Go get him, Tiger. Because by the time they come downstairs, they're ready to buy. They'd be like, I don't need to see no more. Just sign me up.
Yeah.
And then once they finally gave me a shot in sales, I never looked back, bro. I never looked back.
That's crazy.
And it's been gravy ever since.
Nice. So you're in sales. You're 21 years old. You're killing it. Where do you go from there? Where's your life kind of take a turn from there?
So what happened? Conformity. Conformity was my worst enemy. See, what happens is when you are a high achiever and a high performer, you will upset some people.
Okay.
Right. So the very people that were helping me become this salesperson were now turning around and disliking me and ostracizing me for being a high performer, because now I made their performance look bad.
That you know
what I mean?
It's like when you're in the office and you're doing really well, you know, the people are like, come on, man, you're making us do more work. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I at that time, I desperately wanted friendship and companionship.
Guidance.
Right?
You wanted mentorship.
Not only that, it was just like I was by myself in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be around some people that can take my mind off of my mom dying and my uncle dying. Right. So it was like, all right, I don't want to ruffle no feathers. I don't want to be ostracized. I started to conform. I started to pull back on my gifts and my talents and shit. Next thing I know, eviction notices are coming. You know, you know what I mean? Like, so that was a very big turning point in my life, because it was like I was downplaying my own shine to appease other people. And anybody that listens to this, don't do that. Do not do that to yourself, man, because that's the worst thing you can do. The opposite of fear is conformity. So before you even have courage, you conform to appease that other person. So I wound up going from job. I eventually like got fired and went on to other different businesses, but the sales and the marketing side came with me everywhere I went. So eventually I started developing a little more self-confidence, courage, and stuff like that. And then that is when I decided to start going into business for myself. Nice.
Yeah. That, you know, I think it all comes down, it all boils down to what you want within yourself, right? You said like you had all these people telling you what you should do. Stop selling because it's making us work harder, blah, blah, whatever they said. And they're kind of like molding you, right? They're suppressing you and they're molding you into what they think you should be. But then when you realized like, that's not what you wanted, you know, you started getting these eviction letters. You started, you know, having a choice, you know, and I think it came down to within, and that's super important when starting a business. And that's what we try and tell the audience, is that you really have to find it within yourself, and don't do the business because it looks pretty, right? Which we're going to get into. But you don't need to do the pretty stuff. Do what you like. You know, one of my favorite quotes is from Robert Kiyosaki is, you don't need to do what you love, just invest in what you love. And to me, the most important thing is time. So what are you investing your time, right? We don't always have to talk money. What are you investing your time in, right? And for you, it's being your own boss. It's you know, marketing, sales, but on your time, on your, on your platform. You're not conforming and making other people happy.
Very true. Very true. It's like, you know, when I was 15 years old, when I saw my mom get fired from a guy, and my mom was like literally bawling, like in tears. And I'm sitting next to her, watching her beg this man to keep her job so she can keep food on the table, so she can pay rent, and just to survive, because as a foreigner, I'm first generation in America. She didn't know the ways of America on how to navigate and get all this stuff. So I felt so helpless. I said, I never, ever want to be in that position. So it didn't matter if I was in Bally Total Fitness or I worked at Chuck E. Cheese or Olive Garden. I was always striving to have my own business. And I have many failed businesses. So I want to let that be known. Like,
oh, we're going to talk about it.
You're going to fail some businesses.
That's what I'm saying is we don't just talk about the pretty stuff, because a lot of people need to know, you know, that as an entrepreneur or as anybody, you fail a lot. But that's what gets you to where, you know, you're ultimately going to be. And that's kind of what gives you the motivation to keep going. But yeah, I would love to hear about those businesses as well, and kind of how you got over those, because that right there, I want to pinpoint that so the audience knows next time when they fail, that, you know, how to go about it. So what is some advice for you to get over those failed moments? You know what I mean? What kind of
rejection is part of the game. Rejection and failure is part of the game. And as an entrepreneur, we do not fail. We just learn better ways of doing things.
Oh, okay.
So
I like that.
Just wrap that around your head, is like, we don't fail. We just learn a better way of doing something. So I've had a shrimp and lobster importing business. We were bringing in shrimp and lobster from Honduras and Peru.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
So random.
Yeah, right. But again, I was able to transfer the sales and marketing to that, right? Because when you're going to talk to these guys with these huge freezers, or they have distribution with restaurants out there, you want them to buy the shrimp from you so they can distribute and then increase their profit margin. So I had that business. I had my own publishing business, record label, you name it. Like, I tried so many different businesses and a lot of them failed, but I learned so much along the way. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest things that I can tell an entrepreneur to do is document. Document. Let me show you something. This is one out of like 50 journals that I have. I document everything. Yeah. Because when I go back and I look at something that I did in 2007, I'll be like, man, that was a great idea. I just didn't have the proper technology or the resources to make this happen.
Or the understanding, because you didn't document before that moment. Right. Indeed. So now you have the understanding. Maybe you could revisit that idea that you had back in 2007 or whatever.
Indeed. So yeah, now you can revisit it in 2021 and be like, oh shit, I can execute this.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Document. I love that. You know, a lot of people don't bring that up. And a lot of people just let me just do what comes to mind. Right. But you got to write it down sometimes. They say writing down is the best memory tool. Right.
It is.
It's also the best way to expand your education and your knowledge.
But not only that, here's the beautiful thing about today's climate, right? You could document it the same way we're doing this podcast. We're documenting it, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't even have to be like you're writing the joint down. You could be having your little Zoom camera and then your little microphone and you're actually talking to yourself or your future self. And next thing you know, you roll that out, that's a damn course.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. It's lovely.
Well, they've been doing it for years. It's what the scientists do when they're working on a research, right? They document it with a voice. They never write it down. I mean, they do, but it's always what you always see in the movies. They have the voice recorders and they document what they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's super important. So that's well said, man. That's what's. I'm writing some notes because you dropping knowledge over here.
I gotta come correct for Misguided Podcast, man. Shit.
Facts. Cool. So let's go ahead and talk about what you're doing now because it's super interesting. And I mean, that's how I originally found you. So we're gonna talk about the notary business. So how did you find out about it? Because honestly, a lot of people don't know what it is. It's definitely not taught to the Black generation. I didn't know anything about it growing up. Really didn't know anything about it until maybe a couple weeks ago. Like, you know, I knew there was a notary. I knew what it was, but like, I never thought I could get into that business. And I never thought it was such a lucrative business. So how'd you hear about it?
Yeah. So 2008, the market crashed. I wound up getting a job that I completely hated. I was driving a rig. I was driving an 18-wheeler truck. Absolute worst job I've ever had.
Yeah.
The reason why is because I'm naturally an extrovert.
Okay.
So for me to be stuck in a box for 14 to 17 hours, I literally and then I drink Red Bull and coffee and shit. Dude, I'm bouncing all over the truck. I'm like, yo, so I was going mad, like literally, like somebody put me in a rubber room and I said, I need to get the hell up out of here. So I started researching things that businesses that I can get into that I can, use my, wind up finding, shout out to Andre Hatchett. He had the Notary Business School. I think he was just rolling this out. I mean, like years ago, right? And he was selling it for like $100 at the time. And I was like, there's no way I could pass this up. I said, at the end of the day, it's only $100 if I lose it. Boom, I got it, right? While I was driving the truck, I had to take a trip out to Wisconsin, right? And I usually go for my Starbucks run and then get some Panda Express at the rest area. While I'm grabbing the food, a guy comes to me and says, hey, were you driving truck UC 152? I was like, yeah. He's like, hey, you look like a cool guy. I just wanted to let you know that we just repossessed that truck.
We just repossessed that. What?
He said, I didn't want you to have to call the cops to think that somebody stole it. But the guy that you work for, he wasn't making his truck payments. immediately my income went from $3,750 every 2 weeks to zero.
Yeah, you said return that Panda Express, take the Starbucks back, please.
Yeah, exactly, right.
That's crazy.
And then, you know, I had my 2 kids, and then I had my wife that I was taking care of. I had just retired my wife around that time. And
what year is this?
I believe it was 2010.
So right after the recession then.
Yeah, no, actually when they repossessed the truck, it was around, because it was about 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. So about 4 or 5 years ago, they repossessed that truck because he was out there in the clubs. He was making it rain, and he was one of them fly dudes. Everything was like high-end brand. So I saw where the money was going, but I thought, you know, this is your bread and butter. You would at least pay your truck payment to keep the money going, right?
That's wild.
So I wind up losing that gig and wind up getting a sales and marketing job for an engineering firm. They worked with Ford and all of the big time people, right? Well, at that time, now I get to roll out what I'm learning from the notary business, right? Because now my feet is in the streets. So I started getting all of these phone calls. Unfortunately for me, I didn't have my notary commission at the time. Okay. So I was like, damn, I'm getting all these phone calls. I'm like damn near throwing money away every time I'm doing it. So that's how I jumped into the notary agency. I became an agency before I actually became a notary.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So I started farming out all of my notary assignments.
Damn.
I'm giving it to people in Indiana, Chicago, you know, Lansing, all these different places in Illinois. And I'm like, oh shit, money's just coming in, right?
Yeah. And you just connecting. You're the bridge.
I'm just connecting. Connecting the dots.
You ain't even going nowhere.
Not even leave. I never left the engineering office.
Yeah. That's
so they wind up doing some funny shit with my paycheck, wind up leaving that company. And I said, you know what? I'm going all the way in with this notary business. Luckily for me, I got my notary commission a few months prior to me leaving. And it's been on and popping ever since.
Let's talk about that. How lucrative was it? I mean, you say you're getting all these calls, but obviously you're only getting a percentage because the people are doing the work. So, like, how much were you making at that time before?
So before you left? Right now. So I was charging like $150 for about like when I first started, because I was testing the market. I wanted to see what the price ranges were.
Yeah.
Because every market is different, right? Especially out there in California. So out here in Chicago, I started off with like $89 for just, you know, one page, right?
Yeah.
And it would take the notary literally like 5 minutes to do. So I would pay the notary $45 to go to the appointment, and I would keep the rest, and I'll keep the $50 for myself. So I was like, all right, people are paying this $89.95 really easy. Let me bump up the price again. Yeah. So I kept bumping up the price. So now you figure it this way: if you have 5 notary assignments going on at the same time, and you're collecting, you know, $50 each or $100 each. Yeah. Now I'm making what I'm making at the engineering firm, and I'm not even leaving my own place.
But the difference is that at the engineering firm, you're required to work 8 hours, right? And you're sitting there
50, 60 hours easily.
And most of these companies, that's a waste of time. You don't need that much time to be productive. Like for me at my old job, I finished my job in about 4 hours, right? Like the other hours was just a waste. Like,
they just wanted you in the office.
They just want you there
in the office.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how the industry works. But for the notary agency, you know, you're fishing these out. I want to explain the difference for listeners between the notary agency and a notary agent, right? So as a notary agency, correct me if I'm wrong in any way, is where you're kind of the bridge, right? You know, you set up your website, you're getting all these calls, right? And you're like, okay, yeah, we can do that. Let me send a notary to you. You're kind of the CEO, you're the boss. And then you call your notary that's in that area. Hey, can you do this? And if they can, if they can't, you send them out there, right? Hey,
Yep.
You're doing this, you're doing a will. It's a 150. This is your cut. Boom, boom. Send me the money after it's done. Bye, bye, bye. Right? They go do it, send you the money. You didn't even do nothing. You just connected them. As a notary agent, you're actually on the floor in the field doing that work. But it's not really work because, like you said, dude made $45 for 5 minutes. Like, like, what are you talking?
Exactly.
Like, I don't even make that in an hour at my last job. So
yeah,
the crazy.
That's it. You nailed it. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
you're broke as an agency. You're brokering the deal.
You broke, bro. Good job. You're brokering. That's the word I needed.
yeah. So everything comes to you. You funnel everything. It's like I call it the medical center business model. Yeah. Basically, you got the client, right? And then you assign a doctor to that client.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doctor takes care of the client. The client pays you as the medical, the medical center. Yep. And then you take some of the proceeds and pay out the doctor. Very true. So it's the medical center business model, I call it.
And what's interesting about what you did is you became an agency before an agent, which a lot of people do the opposite because it's easier and you kind of want to know what you're doing before you start fishing out that job. You know what I mean? So that's crazy, man. They're actually the first person I've heard about that. So so you get your notary agent. What made you even want to just get your certificate? Like why weren't you happy with just being the top dog?
I keep more of the profit, and plus it gives me, I'm able to take the pulse of the city, right? It ain't nothing like boots on the ground sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you could be up in the castle and giving orders and all of that stuff, but when you get down in the trenches and you're like, hey, I'm gonna go to battle with my notaries and see what's going on, and you're suiting up and all of this. Oh man, bro. I think even with a Lamborghini and a Bentley, I'm gonna still drive to appointments and shit and be like, yo, let's go. They'll be like, dude, you just pulled up in a Rolls Royce. What's that about? Yeah, I just like it.
Yeah.
I really, really like it. I help people, especially with the field that I specialize in. I specialize in power of attorney. It's a godsend for me because I like to help people. So so it's awesome, man. Like I wanted to get my commission to understand the climate. What are the concerns that these people have? What are their questions when I'm there, right? That a notary might have to overcome. How can I make their life easier? Because now that I'm in the trenches, I can now create a better system and sales process to assist them with.
Well said. You pretty much did it so that you can understand what's happening in the business and the client's need so that you can better your business, right?
Absolutely.
And that's sometimes what you have to do. You have to actually get in there and grind, we talk about whether you should do everything in your business or you should outsource, right? Mm-hmm. And there comes a time where you have to decide what's more important to you. It all goes back to time. For you at this moment, getting that notary certificate was you investing your time to understand how you can improve your business, right? You could have outsourced someone and said, hey, or told all your agents, hey, I need you to have this client fill out a 5-question survey, bring them back to me. I'll do that. Right? That's easy, but you're not really understanding. And plus people want to hurry up and go so they could just write anything on the survey, right? But if you're there in your face and you being the salesperson you have a way to talk with them, you can actually understand what their real needs are or how the appointment could have went a little bit better or faster. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So I'm the type of guy, Juwan, that and the company, the engineering firm was up there, right? I want to work in the mailroom. I would start me off there.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me build up. Let
me understand each department.
Yeah.
To see how I can structure a more efficient.
Dude, we're exactly the same. I hate people. You know what I'm saying? I hate people who are like, throw me right here. I don't need to know what happens below. Like, I hate that.
Yeah. I
need to know everything. If I'm gonna go hire someone to do my website, best believe I'm hiring you because I want you to low key teach me, right? Yeah. I want to know why you did that on my website. Why was this color important on my website? You know what I mean? I don't want you to just do it and then leave me to, if you go disappear or, you know, I'm stuck with a website. I don't know how to work. Right.
Exactly.
I think it's super important to understand the foundation of what you're building, because if you don't,
and that's the fun part.
It's the fun part.
That's the journey to your ultimate goal, whatever that goal is. That is the fun part, because I guarantee you'll look back and be like, damn, I really had fun. Even today, like I took a picture of like one of my last days as a truck driver, right? And I still reminisce about it, because I look back at that picture and be like, damn, some of those runs were actually fun, right? So it's like, I'm not going back to that, but I enjoyed that journey, or I could look back at that journey and be like, man, that was kind of cool, man.
Yeah. Nah.
So enjoy the process.
That's Oh, I love that. Ooh, title right there, bro. Yeah, no, the notary is just something so interesting, man, because like I said, like everyone needs it, man. Everyone, you need it, you know what I mean? And if you set your business up right, it can really work for you. And I've learned that from talking to, you know, you, Malik, Andre, Tech, like everyone has taught me a little something different about the way they do things, right? Yeah. And it's super lucrative, and not a lot of people. The reason why I brought up everyone wants to do the pretty things. This isn't a pretty job, right? No one's like, damn, like notary, that's dope. I want to grow up and be a notary, right? Right. Like no one's like that. But when you're in the business, it's like, dude, I'm making the same as much. I'm making more than him. Like, like the other day, a notary told me they made $495 for 18 signatures. And all they had to do was watch the people sign the document. They didn't even need to understand the document. Light work. I said, how much time were you there? They said 30 minutes. Actually, it was 45 minutes because they had to reprint some paperwork. But if they didn't have to do that, it would have been 30 minutes. I said, wait, what? You made $500 in 30 minutes? I don't even make that in a week. What are you talking about? Like, this is crazy. So like, and that's one day, and you got another appointment later in the day, right? Like it's just like, wow.
It flies under the radar because one, you know,
it's not pretty.
It has to do with legal and government documents, right?
Yep.
So, you know, a lot of times people run away from legal or government documents alone. Plus you have to do background checks and stuff like that. They're going to check on your credentials. You know, unfortunately, the Black men, a lot of us may have a background, right? Or F on our report card, and they will not be able to get those commissions and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think, we actually never talked about all the, like, what it takes to be a notary. You have to be 18. Your background has to be clean, but I think in some states they may allow some, like maybe misdemeanors or something like that. Definitely no
F's though.
No F's. No, I was gonna say no F's at all, which sucks. I mean, hopefully they start to.
It doesn't really suck, because then they could go towards the agency side. You don't need, you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, man, you're smart. Yeah, you're right. And you making money, you ain't even doing shit. You just owning a business.
Yeah, I coach people that have F's that actually, for them to run agencies, because they can't get their commission.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
So they go ahead and they learn everything that they need, and then I show them exactly how to get the notaries and stuff like that dispatched to work, and boom, now they're making money in the notary industry, and they don't even have a commission of their own.
Facts. Okay, cool. Well, a lot of people are probably wondering, you know, how do you promote a notary, right? How do you get yourself going? And for you, it might be easy because you're a salesperson. You're like, I know what to do. You know what I mean? And I actually like the way you kind of did things with your website and the naming of your business, right? Because it's super, like, wow, like you really put your business out there and easy for people to search. So for you, your business is named U.S. Notary Agency, right? Super easy to, like, people are just going to type that into Google. Like that, your SEO is just amazing on that, right? So
yeah, it's pretty good.
It's good, man. And your website is just super simple and easy. You can tell what you specialize in, power of attorney, real estate, and it's just super laid out. So how do you go about promoting your website, your business? How do you promote as an agency to get clients?
Yeah, so there's many ways, but the first thing that a person should figure out is what do they want to specialize in? That's important because, as you know, like you're doing the notary stuff soon, right?
Yeah, I already I got everything set up. I'm just waiting to get that I passed so I can order everything.
Okay, cool. So as you know, there's many different type of documents you can notarize. I mean, you could do anything from fingerprinting to affidavits, divorce papers, quick claim deeds, real estate, power of attorneys, trusts,
everything. There's a list goes on.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to give my Shih Tzu to so and so, and they're signing documents and they need notarized. I loaned this cat like $200. I need a promissory note notarized. There's so many documents that you can specialize in. You need to pick one or two, because once you specialize in that, then it makes it so much easier for you to showcase your talents in that arena. That's why, like, if you went on my website, it would only be power of attorney and real estate.
There's two things, literally.
And really not even real estate. I really don't touch the real estate much. It's really the power of attorney. So you need to narrow your focus, because if you start going out there and you tell people that you're doing, like, I've seen notaries' websites, they all have like 50 different things that they can do. You're confusing the hell out of the customer. You're confusing them. They're like, oh, this person just does too much. I forget about it.
Yeah.
So you want to narrow your focus first. Two, you want to find out where your ideal customer hangs out. So because I'm a power of attorney, I know that my audience is between the ages of, 60 and up, most likely baby boomers, right? And then who are they talking to? Financial advisors, they're talking to lawyers, they're talking to, Merrill Lynch and Charles Schwab. So I'll start approaching those people and say, hey, look, we offer notary service. So if your client is looking to do a rollover, or they need to do a proof of life, or they need to do, power of attorneys to transfer wealth, you have to go where your customers are, right? So once you understand where your customers live, then you start attacking nursing homes, right? They need power of attorney.
They need power of attorneys.
Hospitals, they don't notarize power of attorney. I go to the hospital and say, hey, if you guys need power of attorney for some of your patients, let's go.
And the crazy part is you go to them. You know what I mean? Like the nursing homes, man. A lot of the elderly, they can't go somewhere, right? So you go to them, they sign it, you're good. Like, that's crazy.
And what's lovely is, because a notary public isn't a common business that a person approaches. So when you say, hey, I'm a notary public, immediately they look at you differently. Yeah. It's not like you say, hey, I'm a barber. And if any of your patients need a haircut, yo, give me a call, right? It ain't like that. It's like a notary. We're going to notarize legal documents for your clients to make, and they understand that it has to do with the flow of cash flow. So how can this person possibly pay the nursing home if they can't access their bank accounts? Yeah. So you kind of play into their greed a little bit as well. Yeah. Right. And of course you could use Yelp, social media, Google, LinkedIn is a very untapped market, especially if you're going into the real estate sector of it. The top level executives live on LinkedIn. Bing, Yahoo, all of these platforms, man. Like there's unlimited ways you can get clients. Start creating some videos and put them on YouTube, talking about how you specialize in that. Hey, if you're thinking about getting a power of attorney, here are some of the checklists that you have to have. Yeah. And then you make a small little video of that. Trust me, people are gonna say, Google, search power of attorney, or Siri, search power of attorney. and then your shit comes up.
Shit, some people don't even know what a power of attorney is, so they're gonna search Google, what is the power of attorney? So if you're a notary, a great video would be explaining what the hell the power of attorney is.
Exactly.
Boom. Easy.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love marketing. So like I said, I love sales and I love marketing. That's like my bread and butter. TikTok is another one, right? TikTok's the number one.
I started with TikTok a couple of weeks too.
There you go, man. You need to keep that up, man. You can do it's like the quick YouTube, right? You get quicker results from TikTok. But yeah, man, it's amazing. You could do your little.
Yeah, I put a TikTok video up. What was that? Like 3 days ago. In 24 hours, it had like 652 views. I was like, what the hell?
How is that possible? Like, it's wild. You definitely not getting that on YouTube.
You think about it too. This is one of them. The notary business is one of those good old boy industries, right? Yeah. So a lot of them haven't adjusted to the 21st century way of doing things. They're still very archaic with the way they do business. So a person like yourself or like myself comes into the game and stir things up. And to them, we may look like disruptors, but we're not, because we're just utilizing the technology that we already have to our advantage. And then we get a much larger reach.
Yeah, you said that too.
And be like, I've been doing this for 20 years. This dude showed up in 3 months and he got like $100,000 a month. They don't get it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I love it, man. Notary, I'm excited to get into this. After the ride along with Tech the other day, I came home.
Shout out to Tech.
Yeah, shout out to him. I came home to my fiance and was like, I can't wait to do this shit. I was like, it's so lucrative. Like, we were there for 10 minutes and like he made $80. Like, who does that? Like
he had a high level client, didn't he?
Yeah. But that's crazy. Yeah. So, okay, we got the notary business, but we're all about building generational wealth here, right?
Sure.
So, it's lucrative for you, but what are you doing with this money that you're getting from the notary business? Are you investing in real estate? Are you investing in stocks? How are you growing your wealth for your kids? Do you have kids, by the way?
Yeah, I got 3.
Oh, shit.
3. Brooklyn is my oldest one. She's 14 years old now.
Okay.
And then I have Christian. He just turned 8 years old. And then I have a 2-year-old.
Okay, cool.
Noah. He's the rambunctious one.
Yeah, I got a 2-year-old too. He fucking tried to knock on the door just as we were talking.
The 2-year-olds ain't no joke. You have a boy?
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Woo! It ain't no joke when they hit 2.
I know, man.
But yeah, like as far as like, generational wealth, man, I'm at the point right now where I am concentrating on digital real estate. My goal is to be like a digital real estate tycoon, right? Whether it's stocks, moving stocks around, and I've been doing the stocks things for a little while. I'm not like really, really high up there, but I buy what I like. If I like Apple, if I have an Apple product, I'm gonna
buy what you use.
Apple stocks.
Make it simple. What you have an Apple phone?
I'll make it real simple, dude.
Invest in Apple. You know what I mean? You have a wine, invest in that wine. Like if you're drinking Henny all the time, why are Black people not investing in Hennessy? Like, you know what I mean? It's simple. Make it simple.
Black people love Nike. I'm gonna invest in Nike. Like it's real easy for me when it comes to the stock. I don't complicate it.
You don't need to.
So the real estate thing I will be jumping into this year.
Okay.
So I am gonna get a couple of real estate investment properties. Not my thing too much. I just wanted to do it for like some tax purposes, so I could do some write-offs and shit like that.
That's what everyone.
But my main thing is digital real estate, dude. Like
I want to talk about that a little bit. Definitely digital real estate. That's I never heard that word before you, dude. I never heard that. Yeah, like I haven't. And then I was like,
good.
The way you kind of
that shit.
Yeah, the way you explain it is amazing. So we'll talk about that. But let's talk about real estate because we talk about real estate all the time. You said you weren't into it. What kind of things? You said you're going to get into it this year. How are you going to go about that? What where are you looking, stuff like that?
So right now I'm looking at some multi-families.
Okay.
Like a 3 or 4 unit, because it's going to be my first purchase.
Okay.
Official purchase.
Yep.
And basically just have a couple of rental. But if I really attack the real estate side of it, I would probably go into more of a flip or join a venture where they're building up like condos and high rises. Okay. I'd prefer to be offset my risk, right?
Okay. Yeah.
With other people that are just veterans at this shit. And they just require some capital, some additional capital to make things happen. But I'm also an equity partner. So I really don't give a shit about ownership too much. It's just like, hey, if I'm an equity partner, I have this much stake into it. And you guys are about to build a 50 unit condo downtown Chicago. I want in.
Yeah.
What do I have to come up with?
Okay.
Right. And
so you want to be like
handle
the
management.
Yeah, the passive aggression. They make the decisions. Yeah. They do all the day-to-day stuff. You just want to, here's my money, give me my return at the end of the year.
That's it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of people, some things where they want to be in the field doing the flip. Right. I want to be nailing and stuff. So I
don't like lifting shit, bro. The doctor diagnosed me as a sickle cell anemia. He said no physical labor for you. I'm gonna listen to him. I'm gonna be like, yo, I can't lift up that sheetrock. That ain't my thing.
Man. I wish I could put that as a title. I don't like lifting shit. It's a little long, but
I don't like lifting shit. Dude.
That's hilarious.
This and this. That's all I want to lift. Those two things.
I love it. Blue bills, baby. That's cool, man. Yeah. And I appreciate you talking about that. Let's go ahead and talk about the digital real estate. The coin. You probably didn't coin it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid and didn't listen.
Fuck it. I'm coining it. I'm coining it on Misguided Podcast now. Digital real estate. Tiger Toledo created that shit.
There you go. All right. Let's talk about what is digital real estate to you.
Yeah, so digital real estate is everything that I can possibly make money off of online. Because let's be honest, technology ain't going nowhere.
Nah,
it's here.
You see what crypto's doing right now? Crypto's taking over the world. So
exactly, it ain't going nowhere, man. I mean, Wall Street and all these big brokerages are closing down. Why? Because you don't have to go to speak to a stockbroker anymore. You can literally day trade, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade online, right? So I'm moving money online now.
Yeah.
You just have to get educated on this thing. A lot of jobs are being lost right now because of digital real estate, and everything's being automated, right? Think about it. Back then, when I was working at the health club, I literally had to get on a phone call and call people to come back into the club so we can either get them the new membership, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, LA Fitness, please, they're sending an email blast to you. Hey, we missed you.
Yeah.
And nobody is manning it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody is there. It's literally telling you, hey, come back, we miss you. Or, hey, here's a guest pass. Or it does the job way more effectively than a human being right now. So for me, digital real estate is investing in a lot of automation. And like this book here, this is cool. It's a physical book, right? You could touch it, tangible. All right, whatever. But at the end of the day, I get more sales from digital reads, from Audible being downloaded, and actual people downloading it on Kindle or Barnes and Noble. So I get majority of the lion's share from all of the intellectual property that's on the digital side than a person actually ordering the physical book. So yes. I see the way it's moving. I see the trend. Even with Audible right now, like, think about it. So many people are on the go, right? So with that being said, if I'm working out, I really don't have time to be reading the book if I'm on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Or if I'm driving, I can't read the book, but I can listen to it.
Yeah. I tell people that all the time who don't have their books on Audible. I say, like, you're missing out, man. You're this is the old way. Like, yes, you can write the book, but you have to get it on Audible. You have to get it in the people's ear, because no one these days has the time to sit down and read. Plus, I fucking hate reading. So I hate reading. I'm gonna fall asleep if I'm reading.
Yeah.
When do I have time? Well, yeah, when my son's over here, I can't sit down. He's over here jumping on me. How am I gonna focus? I could put my little AirPod in though, right? And listen, and I could go play and interact with him. I could go work out. I could throw it up on the TV on YouTube and see you talking, right? Like, you gotta adapt, and I think you've done a great job with that. And I want to point that out, because, like I said, man, you've when I heard you on Black Wealth Renaissance, you really just motivated me a lot, and the way you talked about digital real estate was super intriguing. And I want to talk about books, because you just let's go ahead and shout that one out. Rise of the Smart Notary. Make sure
Rise of the Smart Notary book. Get this on Amazon. 3-time best-selling book.
Yes, sir.
#1 new release on Audible.
Yes.
This that piff, ladies and gentlemen. This that piff.
Yes, right sir. Here. Great ratings on Amazon. 4.5. It's a quick read too, man. 142 pages. The Audible was like a couple hours. Like, I finished it in one day. Super informative. I wrote a lot of notes. Thank you. Make sure you go check that out, everyone. But I want to dive into what you do on the side. So it's not just, you're not writing books about notary, man. Let's go ahead and talk about this romantic novels thing you got going on over here. I forgot the name. What's your author
Who, the
name?
author? My pen name? S.K. Holiday.
S.K. Holiday. Oh man, that's amazing. So you want to
explain? Well, you know, like my first passion wasn't publishing, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't do very well. I was doing the publishing on the music side of it, because I knew that's where the music industry was going. Everything came down to publishing. When you see Michael Jackson and you see Prince fighting over their rights, ownership of their masters, that's publishing.
Yeah.
So I knew that is where the nucleus of everything was.
Yeah.
So now I just took it to the book sector, right? I publish ancient world historical romance books. So they're like the Game of Thrones kind of thing. But I don't write none of them joints.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. So first, you literally just do these books to get some income, to get your name out there. But it's not even your name. I love
my name. Yeah,
I love how you came out with this white person name, because when they see, they like, damn, S.K. Holiday, that definitely got to be like a white rich person or someone, I should listen to, right? Instead of, if you were to do it under Tiger Toledo, they're like, what the hell?
and then they'll refer it, and then I didn't want to like mix up the two. It's like he's a notary, and then that,
and talking about
I separated the two.
No, dude, marketing. I'm saying you're so smart. I love this. So you got these books. You talk about romance in ancient times. What does that mean? What do you mean? Like, what these books? Let's talk about that. Your first story, or one of your books. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So I rolled out Love is War. That's one of them, and then the other one is called it's right here actually. Rule of the Empire. Rule of the Empire and Love is War, right? So those are two separate series that I have going on. Again, I look at the long-term play as like, hey, if these books do really, really well, maybe I can pitch it to a network, or maybe I'll create my own damn network like Dame Dash Studios, pitch it to him or something, and then he rolls out a TV show, a mini series, or a movie out of it, So crazy. I own all the rights to it. I didn't write shit. I might tweak the sex scenes a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to make it more sexy.
Depending on who's writing it, they might need a little more flavor in the sex scene. So I might, tweak it a little bit and add my little spin to it. But women. So
let's talk. Yeah, let's talk about that. You're reaching a total different audience, obviously, than the notary. So you're reaching the white women, the people who want to read these fictional stories.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, people are probably wondering, like, what do you mean you didn't write it? Like, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you come up with the concept, and then what do you do?
Right. So I come up with like what I'm looking for, like, and I'm gonna be 100% transparent with your peoples and as well as yourself.
Always are. Yeah.
I look for the best sellers in a category. Like I have a formula where I look for the best sellers in a certain category, because some categories do not make money. Let's keep it 100 right here. There are some categories you think the shit looks fly and everything looks good, but it makes no money because you have no proper metrics to base it off of. So I looked for different categories that were making money. I even looked into thug romance, right? Like cocaine deal, drug dealer, you know, got a wife with a side piece and gets it. I think books like that are cool.
Dude, my favorite book was True to the Game.
Okay.
Yeah, and they ended up coming up with the movie, but the movie wasn't that good. True to the Game, man, was like the first time I ever fell in love with reading. Before that book, I hated reading, but it was about like a thug and his little ride or die bitch, and they went through the story, and I fell in love with the story, and I was like, man, I actually like reading stuff like this now.
So I wanted to get into that first, but after I did my research, I realized there was no money in that. So I wind up going, I kept researching. Okay. And this always comes down to research, right? Kept researching. Now let me say this also. I spent damn near $4,000 on coaching for this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't want people to think like I just figured this shit out myself. No, I hired and got a coach and a program that actually shows me these guys were multimillionaires. And they showed me what to do to create these novels, because I was serious about my digital real estate empire.
Yeah.
Right.
So you invested.
Books I have.
Yeah.
The bigger. Exactly. You have to get coaching, man. Have to. Or get people that have skin in the game. There's too many fake ass teachers out here that are theorizing everything. Oh, well, I've studied a couple of CEOs, and this is what I found out that they do. Well, have you ever rolled out a business before? No. Well, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Beat it. Right? So after I followed this formula on the researching side of it, I found out that ancient world historical romance, especially Skylander, like Irish type of Skylander type of thing, was really, really hot. I mean, the money was there. You like damn near walk backwards and make money. And I have.
What is the shit? Ancient world
historical romance.
How do you even find what the fuck? How do you even research that?
Yeah, it's the course. It showed me how to, dissect through Amazon in a very sophisticated way, right?
Oh, nice.
So once I found that, I was like, okay, boom. Now I need to find a ghostwriter. So I'll go ahead and type up a template of exactly what I want the ghostwriter to do. I put the link of the book that I want them to model, right? And I say, hey, look at this book. If they're still a little bit vague on it, I'll literally buy the book and say, here, read this shit, right? And I want it to be very similar to this. The next thing I'll do, I'll research the comments. One thing that's great about people that leave comments is that they tell you everything that's happening in the fucking book. I didn't like that Miranda, Miranda ran off with the damn butler. Whatever, right? So they tell you what they like and they tell you what they don't like. You're looking at both. So you're doing it all comes down to the research before you even launch anything.
Yeah.
So once you did your proper research, you tell the ghostwriter, hey, look, this is what I want you to do. I want you to write a 5-book series, right? Now they know that it's a long-term gig. You're not just doing a one-off book. You research some of their stuff that they've written before, have commissioned a job. They start giving you back the book, right? The next thing I'll do is, I even have it down here. I sent it off to my editor. My editor's out in the Cayman Islands.
Okay.
She's fantastic. She'll go ahead and edit the book and make sure that the conversation is flowing, right?
Yeah.
Look for any grammatical errors and stuff like that. She's phenomenal at that, right? While I'm having my book edited, I have my graphic designer creating the book cover. So I have those two going on simultaneously.
So
he's creating, I'm giving him the vision.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting the vision of like what I'll read a few chapters. I'll never read the whole book. I just read like, hey, because I'll tell the ghostwriter, give me a summary.
Never, you don't even read your own books, bro. That's hilarious.
Hell no. Dude, I don't know what the hell. To be honest with you, I read the summary and I'll go straight to the sex scene because I know that's.
I'm done, man. This is hilarious. Yeah, I feel it. I probably do the same.
It's I don't know, like, the sex scene in romance novels are like,
it has to be there.
That's the ecstasy part, right?
That's why they read it.
Yes, they can't wait. It's the buildup, right? And then it was like, oh, those two hooked up.
Yeah, think of like every movie you watch, and you got the guy and the girl, and they haven't kissed, or they've been building up the sexual tension the whole movie, and even if you like. I don't really care if they kiss, but you want it. Like deep down, you're like, damn, can they fucking kiss already? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, yeah. So
yeah, it's that anxiousness. And publishing a book has showed me so much about business because you can literally transfer that same model into any other type of business.
Facts.
All right, like let's just say you're doing a webinar or whatever. You're gonna research the people and how you want to do the webinar. But then what is your buildup, right? What are you building up? What is the plot? What is the storyline of that? Yeah. And then what is that ecstasy point?
Yeah.
And
what
then
story do you want to tell?
Here's the major part though, that a lot of people miss. Always leave off with a cliffhanger.
Okay. Yeah. You gotta,
always leave with a cliffhanger.
Gotta keep them coming back.
Think about a soap opera. There's always a cliffhanger.
Yeah. True.
You watch The Matrix 1, they leave you with a cliffhanger and then you can't wait till Matrix 2 come out.
Yeah, Star Wars, Toy Story, all these major things like
that is the major kicker in which will lead into the next line of book sales.
Well, I'm over here looking at your at SK Holiday's author page. And I just want to read. I want to read the about.
Yeah, go ahead.
So SK Holiday is a diehard romance author. She was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York,
which is me.
Yeah. And is currently residing in the beautiful city of Chicago. She enjoys eating good food, taking trips with her miniature schnauzer, Millie Mills. Is that your dog?
Yeah, but he died a couple of months ago and shit, so I keep him alive.
I'm sorry. And writing her next spicy romance. Growing up, she struggled in school, primarily language
Which
arts.
was me.
Yeah. All she ever wanted to be was an author. Today, she is living out that dream, and she wants you to be a part of the journey. For your free book, please visit. And then it goes right to your website, goldyware.com/SKHoliday. Great marketing. This is amazing. You're reaching out to a whole different audience, and in some way you're bringing them back to like you. And it's amazing, dude. I've never heard
because I need to capture their information.
Yeah,
have to if you're not building your email list in the 21st century, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Like, so thank you if you're not building up your email list, because I'm gonna snatch up all your people's.
So what happens when I go to this website? Let's see. So
it'll take you to the website where you can now put in your email and stuff, so you can get this free download book, this prequel unreleased book, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's the marketing and the psychology shit is ill that they taught in that course. So it's like, hey, I could get my hands on a book that has never been released before, which actually precedes the actual series. So they put in their information and they get this free download.
That's dope. How many books have you read? Like, there's so many over here, or had wrote. How many? Do you know?
Say that again.
How many books have you had written?
I have about 20 books out right now.
That is fucking insane. Dude, I'm gonna get to where you are. By the end of this year, I'm gonna have 20 books.
Nice.
By the end of this year, I'm gonna have 20 books, man. You like I said, you motivated me. But this is amazing. I love it. You never hear shit about this.
I got journals and everything, dude.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, let's talk about streams.
Let me show you my journal. Because I'm from Brooklyn, so I had to have a little Biggie Smalls on there. So it's a Think Big.
Shit, that's dope.
Yeah, Think Big Biggie journal, and you just blank pages and shit. Just write shit in there.
Bro, that's dope. What the fuck? You sell that on Amazon?
Absolutely.
Let me see. That's crazy. What the hell?
I ain't playing no games.
Where'd you get that from? Like, where'd you?
The concept of that?
How'd you?
I got a Nipsey Hussle journal. I got a
How'd you? How do you get someone to build the journal for you?
Oh, that's the easy shit.
Fiverr?
You're just going on Google Docs. You just need to get the right dimension, and you're just putting ruled lines in there. That's it. You're just putting ruled lines, and then you save it as a what is it? I believe it's a PDF file, and just upload it. Like if I wanted to, I can roll out realistically, I could roll out like 10 journals a day if I wanted to.
What? That's hilarious.
You know what I mean? Just like I could flood the market with a million journals, but you sell more with the content.
That's crazy, man. That's super cool. So let's talk about the streams of income. So obviously you have your book, you have your notary stuff, you have it's going to be soon real estate, you have your journals. What else? What other stuff are you entrepreneuring?
Yeah, so like I love the notary sector because it's so untapped. So okay. I see a lot of potential in that. So I'm really concentrating more on the notary side of it. So at the moment, we are looking to creating a software for the notaries to help notaries and agencies streamline their business. So that's going to take us raising some capital and really taking this to another level. But we understand, like, as digital real estate, intellectual property, we'll be able to reach a lot more people, because at the end of the day, a lot of the notaries have the same concerns, a lot of the same problems. So we're going to address those and then create a software that streamlines everything. Then I am in talks with somebody in New York right now who knows how to create a channel. So like a Netflix channel, Amazon Prime channel, and I want to create a notary channel. Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And put that on a television like Roku and roll that out and actually have this notary network.
Bro, you're smart, man. You are a smart man. Dang.
I'm just a street dude that just have to make
it's all
best
but
with what I got, man.
It's always those dudes, the ones that are forced into a situation that they gotta get out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I hope to stay in contact with you and learn constantly.
Oh, absolutely. You got my number, bro.
Yeah, man. This has been an amazing episode. I hope everyone listening enjoyed. We definitely went over our time by a lot. Normally,
I have a special gift for your patrons as well, your listeners.
Nice.
So if they went to notarycashflow.com and they type in Misguided 25, they'll get 40% off any of the courses that they want. Ooh. So they have to type in Misguided 25 and they'll get 40% off on any of the courses that's on the notarycashflow.com.
Nice.
So nice. I wanted to do that for your viewership and listeners.
Nice. You heard that here, man. Everyone go check that out. This guy is smart. You can tell. So I definitely want to get some mentorship from him. The way we like to wrap the episode up is with a segment called Guided Conclusions. Today, since it's usually where I ask a question that we haven't talked about before the show. It can be funny, serious, or anything. Today's question is going to be, since we talked about all the different streams of income, and you mentioned if one of your books were to be picked up by a director, that would be amazing. I want you to write your own movie. What would your own movie be about if you could write it and direct it, and you could pitch it to Netflix?
It'll be, inner city kid who grew up in a drug-infested, crime-ridden place, and was able to see opportunities outside of that, and not only forget, make it out of the hood, turn back, and then share his wealth so he can build up a bigger conglomerate. So it's like, like he never forgot where he came from. He always goes back, and then he's like, he shares the knowledge, shares the blueprint, and now his team grows up so big and massive and powerful that it can't be denied.
Right, you already have the resources. You can do that, man. I think it would be super good if you did like a little mini, little trailer or something of like a kid and then learning about notary, like that, do like a little 10-minute trailer.
That's dope.
That you can take to these executive meetings at Netflix, Amazon Prime, and be like, this is the movie I want to build. This is my contract, blah, 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 stuff like that. But if you already come up with that concept in that film and a kid, and you direct it already, 10 minutes, you know what I mean? A 10-minute film to show, hey, this is what I want. That'd be dope.
Well, that's why these series of books are coming out. I'm coming out with part 2, right? So they're going to be like the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series of the notary industry.
Yeah.
So with that being said, is like, I have to create the storyboard first.
Yep. True.
Right. And then boom, I walk to their desk and drop it on there and be like, hey, look, not only is it making sales already, so we already have a following for this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want leverage when I do go there.
Yeah. No,
because if I drop a stack of 5 Rise of the Smart Notary series books, and then I tell them that, hey, collectively these books generated, whatever, 150,000, 200,000, whatever, then they're like, well, it's a safe bet.
Yeah, it's something to look into. Definitely.
Yeah, I like it though. I love it.
Yeah, cool, man. Well,
man, I appreciate you having me on here, brother, man.
Of course, man. Yes,
let's definitely do this again. But by the way, I'm gonna have you on the Notary War Room soon. So it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely, always, man. Appreciate you coming up here. Go ahead and let everyone know where they can reach you at and follow you.
Yeah, so you can go to link. That's lnk.bio/tiger.toledo. That's lnk.bio/tiger.toledo. That's where I update that site all the time. You can find me, you can book a consultation with me, see all my videos, purchase products, everything.
Nice. It's lit.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you coming up here, man. And audience, make sure you like, and go share, and definitely hit up his website and get that discount from Misguided 25. So nice. Appreciate you guys listening. This is the Misguided Podcast. We intend to guide you to a better future. My name is Juwan. Again, I'm sitting here with hip hop coach over here, Tiger Toledo. So make sure you listen to these wise words. I'm out.